everyone, my name's Kaz. We're going back to a brand new video, and today we are back in repeat. It's been a while, I know, but we are getting right back into it. Now, because I did record an episode before, it was the beginning of Cecil's route. I have that recorded, but I realized that I can't go too far into that because I forgot the path I was going down. So that's why this video took longer to get out, since I recorded Cecil and realized I had to record Owen. So here's Owen's route again. So let's get right into this. It must have passed midnight by now. Interesting. The bed in the guest room was comfy, and Samuel had been surprisingly welcome to me tonight, but I couldn't fall asleep. There was something about this house that felt heavy with history. Or maybe it's just my paranoia talking again. It's probably just your paranoia, dude. Either way, it's a bit difficult to fall asleep with an unfamiliar face. Whoa, okay, where'd I get face? Unfamiliar roof above my head. Maybe a drink of water would help. I hope Samuel doesn't mind if I poke around a little. As I made my way towards the stairwell, my camera suddenly shuddered from where it hung on my neck. Why are you wearing your camera to bed, dude? This feeling, a cold chill ran down my spine. There's something in the house. Another wish, maybe? What I do want to say is the creator, I saw this in Cecil's route, you should find a way to time these sounds more properly, because I've had troubles editing them since the sounds are screwed. So just look into that while you try to update. Thank you. I can almost feel an unheard voice beckoning me to come closer. I might as well follow it. These kind of ghostly things usually don't leave me alone if I ignore it. Gulping down my nervousness, I crept down the hall, walked into the room where the voice was coming from. My voice or the voice? Nice, okay. That's a lot of paper mache birds, I think it is. Stunned by the sudden of colors. I forgot to breathe. Nice. This was beautiful. It is. It actually is. I stared wide at the hundreds upon hundreds of hand-folded cranes. Hanging throughout the room, each meticulously made with love and care. I cannot talk today. Someone obviously put a lot of time into making each one of these birds perfectly. I made my way across the room and peered at the family portrait hanging from the wall. In front of it was a middle-aged woman, her face painted with worried lines, but still radiating a kind of noble beauty. Besides her was a much younger Samuel. He looked almost a decade younger than he does now. The eye patch is still present on his face, and several fresh scars were present, but he still smiled proudly towards the camera. My eyes trailed down to the photo of the last person. Wait, is that? There was no doubt. Still recognizable as a little toddler, Owen sat on his mother's lap and was absolutely beaming at the camera. He looked so bright and happy. I don't think I've ever seen him smile so genuinely in person before. My camera trembled coldly against my chest again, and I blinked. I took a step back and stared at the colors surrounding me, creeping sense of dread gnawing at me. I didn't need to count, I just knew. There was exactly 999 paper cranes inside this room. A wish that never came true. Can you not do that? Why do you have to time those perfectly? I nearly let down my skin as the door behind me suddenly swung open, revealing a very pissed Samuel. Hey, buddy. Kid, I said you're welcome to stay the night, but I said nothing about snooping around. Samuel, I'm sorry. I didn't mean... I shook my head confusingly and pointed to the family portrait. Never mind that. You're Owen's butler? Samuel with one good eye widened in surprise. Wait, you know Owen? Yeah, we're practically best friends. Duh. Okay. I can't believe I'm in his house right now. I yelled to Samuel, who grabbed me by the shoulder anxiously. You're friends with Owen too? How's he doing? Is he safe? Does the school treat him well? Despite being shaken like a rag doll for answers, I couldn't help but laugh. Samuel's anxious sputtering sounded like an identical echo to Miss Clarice's worried shouts earlier. Echo? Confirmed? Nice. Owen's fine. He's still a big, cheerful kid, and my teachers at Genaria treat him well for the most part. Samuel breathed a sigh of relief and finally let go of my shoulders. That's some good. That's some good news, at least. I wish he'd at least call home or answer my messages. Owen hasn't come back to his house in almost 7 years. I'm bleeding. Nice. Does he ever mention his home life around you guys? I peered at Samuel curiously. It was clear as day he's worried sick. Has he been tending to the house for the last 7 years too? That's a long time to spend all alone. Owen doesn't really mention his home much. He gets this look on his face whenever I bring it up. Oh. By the way, I didn't mean to be nosy, but could you tell me what happened here? Yes, please. I'm a bit worried about Owen too. He's been really upset lately. Samuel sighed heavily and pulled out a chair, motioning for me to sit down. It's a long story, kid, but I'll tell you, on one condition. What is it? Could you try and help me get back in touch with Owen? Of course, he's been avoiding me for some time. I just want to know why. Ha! Oh, can't believe I'm saying this, but I miss the little guy. He's the closest thing I have to family now. I gave Samuel an earnest smile. I'll do my best. Thanks, kiddo. I can't tell you how much I appreciate it. Samuel sat back on his chair and sighed. Now where to start explaining? The beginning is usually a good place. Sounds about right. Yeah, that would make a lot of sense. I started working for Owen's mother shortly before he was born. Her name was Heather Adlai, the heiress of a rich and powerful family. You'd expect someone with her background to be snooty and arrogant bitch, but Lady Adlai was probably the kindest and most noble woman I've ever met. I'm proud to be her butler. Anyways, Lady Adlai married a man named Olinier Lorielli a little before I started working for her. Lorielli? Yeah, that asshole. Their marriage was short-lived. Lorielli divorced her shortly afterwards with some legal bullshitting, made off with half her family fortune. A little after that, Owen was born. His father was never there for him growing up, but his mother loved him very much. They were as close as mother and son could get. Owen grew up to be a really sweet kid. His mother worked hard to make sure he was happy, even without a father around. Of course, I was there too as a loyal butler and bodyguard. You were a bodyguard? Yeah, Owen was still technically a Lorielli. Someone had to make sure the local ladies didn't hurt him too bad. I think I did a pretty damn good job. Not a single scratch or scar on him that I know of. Samuel's tone suddenly turned quiet. Around the time Owen was 12, Lady Adlai fell very ill. She died a few weeks later. Owen took her death pretty hard, even for a kid. After that, he told me he wanted to leave home for a while and went off to several boarding schools before settling down at Generic Academy. I hardly seen a peep of him since. That's a dark story. He hasn't come home at all? That's right. He's never answered my call or messages and did his damn best to avoid me for the last few years. I know he took the death of his mother hard, but it's still his home, and I'm still his mother. Just remind him of that for me, will you? I'll do my best. Owen's been avoiding his home for almost 7 whole years? That sounds more like a simple mourning. There's definitely more going on than meets the eye. Just what is his family hiding? Very good question. Very good question that will be answered soon. Oh, it's another episode. I'm moving the mic away, by the way. It's a new chapter in the game. Partners in crime. Nice. All right, let's get into this. Beep. I don't think that's going to change the audio, so I'm just going to move it back. Somehow it automatically does it. I weakly crawled through the living room in the mornings and glared through the windows and straight into my eyes. Nothing like a bad morning to remind you how cruel the world truly was. My eyes suddenly snapped open as I sniffed the air. I got a message. Okay. Was that pancakes and bacon? Morning, kiddo. Did you sleep all right? Breakfast will be ready in just a sec. Whoa! Samuel? I could barely recognize you. You actually look like an honest to good butler. What are you saying? I'm always an honest to good butler. But now you finally look the part. Boy, okay. The fancy suit is performing miracles. I was actually debating if I should stay in my boxers this morning. You certainly love to stare. You want to fight, Samuel? I'll square up with you right here, right now. I see all those pictures online with your secret lover. Yeah, we can square up, all right? Got it. All right, let's go. I didn't stare. My face instantly flushed with heat as I buried my head into the kitchen table. Now I know where Owen's flirtiness comes from. Samuel smirked at my embarrassment as he sat a plate of pancakes and bacon right in front of me. This alright, kiddo? You certainly helped inflate my ego. Anyways, you want some coffee? That'd be great. Please, give me the coffee right now or I'll rip your face off. I stared at the grumbling Samuel, filled with the coffee machine, humming cheerfully as he did so. How can anyone be happy early in the day? Oh no, I thought he'd wrinkled my nose in disgust. He's a morning person. Oh no! By the way, Jake, I can give you a ride back to your school later if you'd like. I thought you said your car was busted. It is, but Owen's motorcycle is still sitting around. Owen owns a motorcycle? Well, technically it was his mother's, but I'm sure they wouldn't mind if we borrowed it for a bit. I'm back, guys. Sorry, my sister called me away. That sound good to you? Sounds excellent. Walking is a pain this early in the morning. Thanks again, Samuel. That was loud. Hey, you're the one who's helping me speak with Owen. This is the least I can do. I strained at my pancakes nervously. Speak with Owen, huh? I haven't had the slightest clue how I'm gonna bring that up. I'll worry about it later. Breakfast comes first. Breakfast! Nice! What's up with my hair? There you go. I think this is motorcycle skip to the halt in front of the Jayke Academy. Does anyone like my hair? This looks really dumb. What is that hair? Samuel drove like a maniac. I'm honestly surprised we didn't die. Is this the right place, Jake? Yep, just dropped me off by the door. Huh, looks like Miss Corliss was already by the entrance. Her old worried face broke into a smile of relief when she got sight of me. Ah, Jake. It's good to see you back safe and sound. And it's certainly good to see you again, Mr. Samuel Clark. Thank you for taking care of my student. Miss Clarice? It's been too long. How have you been? Wait. Samuel's one eye narrowed as he glanced at the school and then to me before looking back at Miss Clarice. You're Owen's teacher. Owen's been living at this school for the last 7 years. It never once crossed your mind to tell me where he was. Miss Clarice stared back with an equal intensity. I'm afraid Owen has specifically asked me not to divulge where his whereabouts to you. I apologize for the trouble this may have caused. I respect my students' privacy. Samuel hung his head dejectedly and sighed. You're right. I'm sorry for snapping. Samuel turned towards me and helped me off his motorcycle and strained a smile. Well, it was a good meeting you, Jake. I'll see you around, and don't forget our little promise. Kill 50 kids. Got it. Alright, nice. With that, Samuel drove off in the distance and disappeared down the street corner. Miss Clarice placed a comforting hand on my shoulder and smiled warmly. It's good to see you back safe and sound, Jake. I trust Samuel treated you well? Yeah, he did. Cooked breakfast for me and everything. Sounds just like Samuel. He's always been rather kind-hearted, even if he's made some poor choices. Speaking of poor choices, I hope this is the last time you return to the school so late. Several other of your friends broke curfew last night as well. I glanced up at Miss Clarice as we headed towards the entrance. They did? Who? You may ask them when you meet. In the meantime, classes will begin shortly. Miss Clarice pointed at the bright visitor sign hanging over the door with an enthusiastic grin. Remember to stay energetic today, Jake. We have many parents and family watching. Oh, dear God. I stare at the school doubtfully. Also, funny thing, if you look at my hair, someone thought there was no hair here at one time, and that I only had this top thing. It was really funny. I'd hate to break it to her, but a lopsided sign written in dying Sharpie is the opposite of energetic. Okay. There was a surprising amount of activity inside the school. The hallways were full of wandering parents and curious family members being led down their respective students. Down? I felt rather out of place here. Craning my head over the crowd, I scanned the halls for that familiar orange face. Hey! Hey! Hello? No, okay, I can't see him, guys. Owen said he planned to skip classes today too. Maybe he's already left? If you're looking for Owen, the idiot's right here. Oh, this does not look good. He looks pissed. This is... Jake, good to see you back. Hey guys, and Philip looks pissed. What's going on? Yep, that's my reaction. I peered at the two of them and blinked in surprise. Owen, why is there a huge bruise on your face? Well, that wasn't there yesterday. Also, you should put that on there. Earlier on when you had some interesting shots of people in their, like they had things on them or something, like, Philip with his dark guy, whatever his name is, Black Cat. You should do that for Owen here, like have a bruise on his face or something. Oh, Philip sighed and rubbed his temples tiredly. Owen got jumped by a bunch of thugs last night. What? It was great. You should have seen it. I was surrounded by like 5 of these tough-looking dudes, and it was really nerve-wracking. And then suddenly Philip pops out of nowhere and single-handedly takes them all out. Philip hisses and gave Owen a painful-looking pinch to the arm. It was past midnight. I waited for hours for you to come home. And then I spent another good hour in the damn thunderstorm searching for you. And after all, you decide to get jumped? Hey, it's not like I wanted them to come after me. And then we got handed to us by Miss Clarice for breaking curfew. Can you blame me for getting pissed? Owen gave a nervous laugh and not so subtly used me as a shield against Philip's rage. Philip suddenly turned his glare to me, piercing my skull with those sharp red eyes. Uh-oh. And you! Where the hell were you last night? Oh, I'm sorry, I got chased by a stalker. I didn't get jumped. Just got stuck in the middle of the thunderstorm and then, yeah, you're not gonna bring up the stalker. Yeah. Philip glared at me carefully before breaking into another tired sigh. Could you two manage 1 week without worrying me to death? It's the 10th day, dude. It's scary to see you guys just disappear on me like that. It could have been dangerous. Says the guy who got shot last week. Touche. I was thinking that. Let's just agree not to scare each other to death, okay? I think I sprouted gray hairs worrying about you guys. Nice. Aw, Philip cares. I'm starting to regret this conversation. Anyway, I've got a visitor's stay thing to take care of. You two better behave while I'm gone. With that, Philip sped down the hallway and disappeared into the crowded school. Crowded? Money! Owen patted me on the back comfortably. Don't worry too much about it. Philip gave me an even longer speech when we got home last night. He just wants to make sure we're alright. He sure has a vicious way of showing it. I was perfectly fine last night, for the most part. Oh, speaking of which, did you really stay with someone on Derry Street? I'm surprised the people in that street aren't really the generous type. About that. Hey Owen, I need to talk to you really quick. Privately. Owen raised an eyebrow in an amused suspicion. Like the serious privately or the fun privately? Wow. Get your mind out of the gutter. What? What? Why? Why is this a game? Kidding. Love this game. 10 out of 10. We managed to find a quiet and secluded spot in the courtyard to talk. I was chewing on my lip nervously as I wondered how the hell I was going to explain. Owen watched me boil in my own anxiety for a few good minutes before finally speaking. The beginning's usually a good place to start. Easier said than done. I allow a deep breath before turning to face to Owen. Here goes nothing. Last night on Derry Street, I ended up staying at your house with your butler, Owen. We ended up talking about you for a bit. Owen's eyes widened in some fearful shock. Wait, you stayed over with Samuel? He grabbed me by the shoulders and checked me over as if to see I'm undamaged or something. Did he do anything to you? Were you safe? No, he raped me in my sleep. Samuel's a really nice guy. I know going home brings some bad memories, but Samuel really misses you. No, Jake, I can't. I mean, 7 years is a long time to be alone. Can't you at least answer his calls or something? Jake, listen. I know you shouldn't be so noisy. No, I know I shouldn't be so noisy, but avoiding Samuel for so long can't be alright. Could you at least have a talk with it, Jake? I stopped blabbering and stared up at Owen, his face baffled with a mix of emotions. His arms were shaking against my shoulders as he struggled for breath and words. Jake, I can't. What's wrong? Owen took a deep, face-strained frustration. What? What? Owen took a deep, face-strained frustration? What? Creator? What's this? Okay. As he looked at me deep in the eyes. I think Samuel is the one who killed my mother. I stared at Owen blankly, dumbfounded. This is news to me. What? Why would you think of that? Yeah, that's my question. Why would you think of that? Samuel worked for your family for years. He raised you. Didn't you say your mother died of an illness? Oh, that's new. Oh, no, I've seen that before. Owen covered his face with his hands and groaned in apprehension. I don't know. I just don't know. The doctor never gave us an answer of what the illness was, or if she really died of a sickness at all. So I got suspicious. I ended up digging through Samuel's things, and I found a contract. A contract? A contract to kill. Samuel's signature was on it. He agreed. I placed a hand on Owen's trembling back, trying to soothe his ragged breathing. Maybe we should tell the police or something, and they can sort this out? No, that's not the problem. Don't you understand, Jake? Samuel's my family too. He's been good to all of us these years. If it is true, he really did kill my mom. Were all those years a lie? Was he faking it this whole time? Owen's voice cracked as he stared into the distance, chuckling weakly. When I was younger, I accidentally called him Dad a few times. He'd always laugh at my mistake, but there was always that glint of pride in his eyes, like he was proud of me. If it used to make me so happy, was that fake too? Was this all one big lie? I gulped and reached up to hold Owen's hand gently. Owen, listen, is there anything I can do to help? He wiped his face off with a trembling hand and sighed. No, I don't think so. What's there even to do? Find proof that my closest family member killed the other for money? Is that going to make things better? But avoiding the whole thing for 7 long years isn't going to help either. Don't you want justice? I don't. I don't want to hate Samuel. And I've had enough of this conversation. Owen? He sat up and brushed himself off quietly. I'm going to get some peace and quiet. Good day, Jake. Wow, that got dark very quickly. With that, Owen turned around and walked away in silence. I stared up at him, chest clenching tightly. I can't just leave things like this. There's more to this picture than we know. But will find the truth really help? I reached down and gripped my camera, staring at it carefully as I turned it about in my hands. There is something I can do to help. What we need now is a little piece of the past. Ha! That's a great end of that area. A piece of the past. I paced up and down the halls whilst chewing inside my cheek. Owen needs to know the truth. It's the only way he'll come to terms with himself. I don't believe that. If he says not to bother with it, I'm not gonna bother with it, guys, really. I thought I had a plan, but there's little chance I can pull it off on my own. I need a partner in crime or something. Or I need to stop watching so much TV. Can I really expect myself to solve a 7-year-old murder? My head hurts from all this thinking. This is gonna be impossible. Well, I gotta do something with these Black Hat fan letters. I perk up at the sound of familiar voices speaking in hushed tones. Something doesn't technically mean give them the Philip. Ever heard of paper mache? You mean you don't technically read them? What do you do with the last special letters I left you? Where do you think all those paper planes I launched through the window came from? I'm not gracing these people with a response. Most of them are creepers. I see what you mean, but this one's returned dressed as a badly drawn stick figure humping a beer bottle. Oh, that's Morse. I'll take it. His drawings of ticks aren't exactly anatomically correct. That's what you're concerned about? I'll let Morse know when I see him again. That guy needs to work on his... Ginny suddenly spots me listening and beams, waving at me enthusiastically. Oh, hey there, Ghostbuster! Hi, Ginny. Nice to see you trespassing around the school again. It's not trespassing, it is Visitor's Day. See? No harm, no foul. Except your doctor probably should have bricked if he knew you snuck out again. He's got enough bricks to build a castle by now. Ooh. I stepped between Philip and Ginny curiously. They seem awfully familiar with each other. I didn't realize you were so close. How did that happen? Oh, I've been a close friend, occasional nuisance to Philip ever since forever. It's a long story. Ginny elbowed Philip to add to said story. He sighed and shrugged. I broke my wrist when I was little. Ginny and I ended up sharing the hospital room together. That does not sound good. She's been dragging me to all of her little adventures since. You mean my adventure? I have more adventures than any of these people. Ginny grinned and jabbed an eager finger against my chest. Speaking of adventures, you still owe me a tour of the school after a little ghost-busting fiasco. Oh great, she's captured you too? Yeah, good luck. Most of her adventures end in bruised skin and dignity. What dignity? Oh hush, Philip, aren't we supposed to be helping teachers out with Visitors' Day events or something? Huh, I knew I was forgetting something. Better go before Mr. Rukov does something stupid again. Philip dashed down the hall in a rush, but doubled back and gave us a stern look. You two better stay out of trouble. No, not gonna happen, Philip. Ginny placed a melodramatic hand over her heart and tried to look offended. Me? In trouble? Pfft. Philip rolled his eyes before disappearing down the hall again. Ginny laughed hardly and turned toward me with a grin. I couldn't help but smile back. Her enthusiasm was infectious. So how have you been, Ghostbuster? Seems like we've got a surprisingly mutual group of friends. How do you know who I'm friends with? Well, the teachers gossip a lot. You'd be surprised at how much you can learn. I was shocked to hear that you're buddies with Philip, Cecil, and Owen. That's like all my close friends in a nutshell. I don't have any friends. Those are my acquaintances. Yeah. Philip's a friend. Philip I'm chill with. The other two, acquaintances. Will the coincidences ever cease? Ginny knows Owen too? Maybe I could use this to my advantage. Speaking of Owen, have you talked to him lately? Ginny frowned and chewed on her lip. No, I've been trying to find him. I guess you're worried too? I nodded. The two of us exchanged an understanding gaze. This time of year is pretty tough on the big guy. I was hoping I could sneak into the school and drag Owen out of his usual misery. You've seen him, right? Is he doing okay this year? It's complicated. I hesitate to say anything at first, but as the gears in my brain slowly develop an idea. Ginny's the only other person around here who has run into anything supernatural. There's a fair chance she'd believe what I'd say, right? No, I'm not gonna agree with that. Also, I'm gonna lower this camera a little bit. No, I'm fine with it. Listen, Ginny, can you keep a secret? Maybe. Maybe not. My time's about to run out. So Owen's butler is the one who killed his mother. Yeah. And you have ghostly memory powers in your camera that can help you look into the past. Do I sound crazy yet? Ginny laughs and shakes her head in bewilderment. After running into an armless and faceless ghost with you, this doesn't sound too crazy. Let me get this straight. You want me to help you sneak into a possible murderer's house and steal something to use your ghostly camera on. And then you want to use that memory to help Owen come to terms with whatever bullshit's happened in his family. Yes. That's about sums it up. That sounds stupid, dangerous, and adventurous. What? You're going to help me just like that? You're not even a little skeptical about the ghostly thing? Ginny shrugged and grinned. Hey, if this is going to help Owen, I'm more than ready to lend a helping hand. Life's too short to worry about the small stuff. My friend's happiness comes first. Hey, that's the same with me. Nice. Me and her have a connection. Ooh, I'm glad I'm not alone in this. No burglary is complete without a partner in crime. Nice. Can't wait to get started. What could possibly go wrong? I want to say a joke, but I feel like they're gonna make it. I can think of many things that could go wrong. Yeah, there you go. Scarier up close, isn't it? I'm starting to get the feeling you didn't exactly think this through. Don't look at me like that. I know what we need to do. I just have no earthly idea how we're gonna do it. Shh, deep breaths, Jake. This is less complicated than you're making it. First, one of us needs to sneak inside without being seen and search the house for suspicious items. Second, while stealing stuff, another one of us will have to distract the butler for some time. You're familiar with him, so obviously you'll be the one doing the distracting thing. How the hell am I supposed to occupy him for so long? I'm sure you'll figure something out. Didn't you say he was good looking? Go seduce him or something. What? Excuse me? I'm just saying, the guy's probably been alone for 7 years with no company but his right hand. Nice, this sounds like a Michael joke. Nothing keeps a dog's attention longer than the sight of fresh meat. Ginny nudges her elbow and wiggles her eyeballs. I could feel my face flush with heat. I don't think that'll work. Fine, fine. You can be boring and strike up a normal old conversation instead. Jeez, you're no fun. Ginny glanced up with them and approached Samuel's house, slowly taking her new surroundings. We'll split up from here. I'm going to sneak around the back and pick the back door look. Good thing Philip taught me a thing or two about lockpicking. Just make sure the butler is completely occupied while I'm inside, okay? Completely? That's going to be the problem. With that, Ginny leaned over the fence and crept quietly towards the backyard and left me alone on Derry Street. I was about to make my way towards Samuel's doorstep when a cold chill suddenly crept down my spine. Oh. What the hell do you think you're doing? My heart leapt out of my throat. God, we need to put a bell on you one of these days. Haley rolled her eyes and jabbed an accusing finger between my eyes. Actually, before I continue this, I have a drawing somewhere. I think it's under the stack. My sister drew of Hallie. Oh, where is it? You know what? I have a picture of it on my phone. Oh, it's the last one. Here you go. My sister watches this, and boom, there's Hallie, guys. That's pretty close. That's pretty close. Yeah. I sent that to the creator. Hope you guys like it, and let's continue. Go back up. Hallie rolled her eyes and jabbed an accusing finger between my eyes. Don't change the subject. Why the hell are you dragging my wisher into dangerous stuff like this? Do I need to curse your ass again? I guess a slight fever wasn't enough of a lesson for you. Whoa. Calm down, Hallie. What illness should I inflict on you this time? Chickenpox? Phenomia? Herpes? None of the above, please. Look, I need help to pull this off, and Ginny's the only one who would believe me. And so you take advantage of her kindness to take her to a murderer's house. Samuel's a possible murderer. There's a difference. Hallie hissed viciously into my ear, her eyes flashing in anger. If Ginny gets hurt because of you in any way, I will rip out your kidneys and feed them to the crows. That sounds very nice. Understand? Yes? Good. Now hurry up and finish whatever you have to do. I'm keeping an eye on you. Blinking at the empty space Hallie stood moments before, I groaned and shook my head. That wish is going to be the death of me. Alright, Jake, focus on your job. This is all for Owen's sake. And that is where I'm cliffhangering this, because I am a douche. I hope you guys did enjoy this video, and if you did, make sure to slam that like button and notification button. I promise I will get the next repeat episode out next weekend. This weekend it's uploaded Sunday, so it will be up next Sunday as well. Every week I'll be doing this. I'm going to keep this on a schedule now, so every single week another episode of this will come out. So yeah, I hope you guys did enjoy, and if you did, make sure to slam that like button like I said before, and I'll see you guys in the next video. This was Cosmic. Goodbye. Peace.